Hey, fatty. Snake juice fasting and dry fasting are the fastest ways to drop weight. Dry fasting being the absolute fastest, and then snake juice fasting being the second fastest. Now, why am I not just fasting this weight off? Okay, so I got up to 207 pounds. Now I'm down to 186. And I've done it with no long fasts. Okay? The reason I'm doing it like this, because people do not know how to diet. People do not know how to diet. You know how many people out there are completely relying on long fasts because their diet sucks? Okay, they just keep yo-yoing like crazy. Okay, fasting and then eating a pile of food. Okay, so now you have no energy for like 2 out of 3 days if you're doing like 72-hour fast back to back, if you can even do it. Okay, that's easier said than done. People do not know how to diet. Okay, some people don't want to lose weight fast. Okay, some people can't lose weight fast. Okay, there's people that watch my YouTube channel that want to actually learn how to diet properly. Okay, the easiest way to diet properly is cut the fat out of your diet. Cut the fat out of your damn diet. A clean diet. How many people am I seeing that completely rely on fasting because they diet so poorly? Okay, their diet is so poor, they're just fasting and binging. Fasting and binging. What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? Now, if you're a super fat pig and you throw a long fast in once in a while, fine. But if you don't teach yourself how to have some actual dieting discipline, you'll never keep the weight off. Ever. Then you end up just wasting your time. You'll never keep the weight off. Okay, this is the first time that I've cut like this before. I've cut weight slow in the past. But I've always just busted out a long fast. For a dramatic, it was all about speed. Okay, where me, compared to most people, I can fast long and then actually hold on to a diet after I've lost the weight. Most people can't. Okay, most people have never dieted in their life. That's the thing that you need to practice. Okay, the fasting's just not eating. You drink snake juice and fast. You don't know how to diet. You don't know how to diet. You don't have the discipline to watch a scale slowly drop or even sit at the same weight for a couple days or a week. That's dieting. Okay, that is dieting. When you're losing weight like that, when you get the weight off, it's staying off. It ain't coming back. It ain't coming back because the way you lost the weight is almost identical to how you're going to be eating when you're actually at a proper body weight. The short-sightedness is destroying your progress. Okay, if you want to do a long fast, it's great. Okay, especially if you're super fat. It's an extremely powerful tool. Busting out a snake juice fast, if you're an extremely fat pig, like extremely could mean anything really over 50 pounds overweight. You're fucking a fat ass. All right? Anything over 50 pounds overweight. But if you can't diet, you're done. You're done. Okay, if you don't know how to diet or you don't have the discipline to diet, as soon as your diet is basically focused in willpower, you're done. You'll fail. You'll fail. Okay, fasting is raw willpower. Raw willpower. Dieting is discipline. Okay, dieting is patience and discipline. This is the whole reason why I said when I started this cut. Okay, I wanted everything to look normal. Normal. Still eating carbs. Okay, I was almost gonna bust out a fast. Okay, but I made that video last night showing me eating, and I was reading some of the comments, And I realized there's no way I'm going to rely on a long fast on this cut. No way, because I want people to see how a diet will actually work on its own. A low-fat diet. If I went and busted out a 72-hour fast or a 4-day fast or a couple short ones like that, grinding them out just to get the weight off, then people would say, oh, that diet didn't work. He had to fast to get the weight off. He had to fast to get the weight off. That ain't happening. Okay? After those videos I made for the last couple of days, there's no way I am cutting any weight doing a long fast where I'm not eating every single day. Because this is the problem. There is no way I'm going to let anybody say that I fasted to get the weight off and then take the value away from that low-fat diet, which is a normal diet. Because I could easily bust out a couple 72-hour fasts and be damn near at fighting weight. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it because then people will be like, oh, that diet didn't work. And that's what you see in these zero-carb communities when people are stalling. They're all fasting because their dieting strategy sucks. They're all fasting because their dieting strategy sucks. If you have to fast to keep weight off, and you're continuously fasting to keep the weight off, like when you always have to do 48s and 72-hour fasts or longer, you do not know how to diet. Solve the problem, you idiot. Start dieting. Learn how to diet. Vegetables. More food volume to keep the calories down. Lean meat. And carbs. A normal diet. Okay, I strongly recommend that fat pigs, if you want to bust out a lengthy fast right off the hop, say you bust out a 72-hour fast minimum on snake juice, you feel good. When you get into your dieting phase, I would recommend you stick to a diet for at least a couple of weeks before you do another fast. And you dial that in. And that diet would mean that you're losing weight, if not at least maintaining weight, eating every day. If you're losing weight slow or at least maintaining the weight loss that you got from the fast, then you're learning. Then you're learning how to diet. If you can't do that, if you can't eat every day and maintain a body weight, you are going to fail. Period. You're already failing. You don't even know it. You're already failing and you don't even know it. Okay, like even for me, do you think, like I said, the last time I gained a pile of weight to cut it, it was before a 15-day fast. And I got up to just over 200 pounds. Fat ass. And then I busted out a 15-day fast, got down to 165, and then I think I creeped up to like 172, and then I recomped for like a while, all right? But that's the other benefit. Right now, I'm 186, 187, and because I'm cutting the weight slow, I don't got to worry about any recomp. Okay, I just keep chipping down. I know what my diet's going to look like when I get leaner. This is how people diet. Okay, fasting has nothing to do with dieting. Nothing. If you're relying on fasts to keep weight off and you're eating like 5,000-6,000 calories on a refeed day, you're going to fail. You're going to fail, not to mention you're literally have no energy except for the day after the refeed. And then you got multiple days where you're an ass dragger. How are you supposed to get in better condition doing that? How are you supposed to get in better condition? Back-to-back long fasts all the time? And that's not saying you can just go do that. Okay, that's hard in itself. It's like it's like when you hear people say, just simply go do a 72-hour fast. Most people watching this still couldn't even do that. Okay, I've been there, done that. Okay, where people are weak because they don't know how to diet. They're relying on all the gimmicks. They don't know how to diet on a diet that looks normal. Okay, as soon as you're cutting the carbs right out of the diet, you're doing a gimmick again. What you won't sustain. Everything about my current routine looks absolutely normal. Absolutely normal. Everything, right up to the pace that I'm losing the weight. It looks absolutely normal, and that's what bothers people. It holds you accountable. Because if I lose the weight and get lean, eating carbs with no prolonged fasting, all of a sudden that's like, geez, what's your issue then? What's your problem? Why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? A normal diet, a normal weight loss pace, no long fasts. I was that close to busting out a 4-day fast. And then after I made that video with me showing what I ate last night, I'm like, nope, there's no way that I'm going to do a fast and let anybody say that a low-fat diet didn't do the job and say that, oh, it's because he was fasting. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. So if you guys are watching my YouTube channel, that's what you're in for. A normal diet, normal paced weight loss. The most fasting I'll do is a meal a day. And that's not even written in stone. I might do 3 squares today. I might after I do this video, I might even have breakfast today and then go for a swim. A normal diet. Low fat. Low fat is normal. 0 carb is not normal. A low fat diet is normal. It's actually interesting if you go crack some old books like from 1860s, 1869. There's actual dieting advice from the women in these books. And it's like, you know what they're eating? Lean meat and vegetables. Lean meat and vegetables. The only people that had higher dense caloric food choices in their diet were people that were out all day farming. And they were adamant on that. To keep the people that were living normally, the people that were in the house, the homemakers, meat and vegetables, lean. This diet is nothing new. If you're relying on the fasting to keep weight off, you have a lot of work to do. But there's no doubt about it. You're at 100% caloric deficit. How are you going to lose weight faster than doing a snake juice fast? You can't. You can't. But there's also nothing to coach. Like, it's just don't eat. Just don't eat. You fat pig. If you're going to do that, don't eat. But can you hold a calorie count? Can you hold a calorie count when you come off that fast? What's the easiest way to hold a calorie count? A low-fat diet. Because the food volume is higher. A low-fat diet because you're still eating some carbs. Low-fat diet. You have the most energy. Low-fat diet. You have the best bowel movements. Low-fat diet. You don't have screwed up thyroid function. Okay, weight loss is weight loss. Weight loss is weight loss. You just got to get it off. Okay, get there. That's what counts. That's why all these fat pigs keep screwing up. Because they're trying to cut the weight so fast at the start, they never settle into a lifestyle. And then they just binge. They just binge. They refuse to learn how to diet. I can't sell this advice. Because there's nothing to sell. Plus the diet's cheap. Okay, you prioritize. You've got to get in your minimum amount of lean meat. Lean. Okay, when you hear people say prioritize protein, they should be saying prioritize lean protein. Okay, ribeye steak isn't protein. There's protein there, but most of the calories are from fat. Vegetables, lean meat, fat-free carbs. That's the diet. That is the diet that I'll be doing until I'm lean, with no prolonged fasting on snake juice. If you want to do a dry fast, do a dry fast. Okay, you've got to learn how to diet. The dieting and the fasting has nothing to do with each other. The person that gets the weight off wins and keeps it off. That person wins. Like I've said before, this is the last time I'll be doing any sort of bulking. Okay, I did this for this channel. Okay, I was 177 pounds all last summer. Okay, I decided to do this for this channel. Okay, I had this in mind for the last probably 6-8 months before I started that dirty bulk. The reason I did the dirty bulk in the first place was because I was interested in seeing how my body would react to cutting with as far as blood sugars went. I wanted to see it. I almost wanted to deliberately get myself unhealthy temporarily so I could see what the blood sugar control would do when I was on the low-fat diet. But this will be it. Once I cut down to fighting weight this time, that's it. I'll just be eating this way the rest of my life. You'll never gain a pound back eating a low-fat diet. If you're leading a low-fat lifestyle, you'll never gain a pound back. It's just too much food volume. You'll never gain a pound back. If you learn this, you got fasting as a tool for some rapid weight loss. And then you got a low-fat diet for the rest of your life. Those two things will get you there and you'll stay there. Okay? The fasting's a short-term willpower based. Basically, it's based in willpower. The diet I'm doing right now, did you guys see me eat on that? Did you actually watch that video? Literally 2,000 calories away I'm eating now is a pile of food, especially if you're doing it on a 1 meal a day diet. I still knock back a bit of snake juice in the morning with some baking soda. Okay, what I'm doing is not sexy. Okay, it's not. It's not. Okay, everyone's always looking for a shortcut. Especially people that have been following me for years. It's like always a shortcut, fasting. As soon as you see fasting, shortcut, shortcut. And you refuse to learn how to diet. You refuse to learn how to diet, whether it's... See, the thing is, when you go with a low-fat diet, you don't even have to count the calories if you got some patience, because you're just going to get slim. Because this food volume's so high, you just can't overeat on it. The only reason a lot of people need to even count the calories is because they're eating too much fat. Not to mention that fat, like I said a million times, causes insulin resistance, gives you poor glucose tolerance. There's no glucose tolerance with people that are on low-carb diet too long. Fasting, you're using your own reserves. It's not the same as running a low-carb diet. Low-fat diet, and you chuck in a long fast once in a while, and you make sure you're confident in your diet. I never make eating videos like the one I made last night. It's pointless. People just shit on what you're doing anyway. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Okay, hopefully it helps some people. Okay, I'm eating all canned goods. People will shit on that. What's the difference? Okay, I can sustain the diet. That's all that counts. Low-fat diet, high volume, tons of energy. As soon as you can sustain the diet, you're laughing. Okay, how many people watching this can't sustain a diet for their life? Okay, can you do a diet for 365 days straight? Okay, 365 days straight? You have confidence that you can do your current diet for 365 days in a row? If you can't, your diet sucks. The diet I'm doing right now, I can do forever. Easily. Easily. I don't even know how many days I've been doing it already. I'm not counting the days. Okay, what am I, 6 weeks in? You just chase the fat out. The amount of dietary fat your body needs is like that much. If you're a fat ass, you don't need any. Lean meat, whatever's in the lean meat's plenty. A lot of these videos I do, this comes from people that are messaging me in the background on Instagram, Facebook. Okay, I get people like, they have no dieting experience and they're asking me how to do all these long fasts. And I'm like, well, what are you eating? They don't even want to talk about the food. Like, what's your diet look like? What are you eating? That's what counts. Okay, I know I'm going to take heat like crazy. Okay, I'm going to take heat like crazy. Like, until I'm actually lean, and this is funny because a lot of people with these other channels, like, that are trying to lose weight, like, if you want to make money on YouTube, you better have some pretty thick skin. Because people are just not going to ever say anything that's positive about what you're eating until you're, like, literally shredded. It's just the internet. It's just the internet, right? Here, I have a donation here. Kevin B donated me a couple bucks, says, zero carb shills are mad. Keep up the good work. Well, this is like the whole thing I'm talking about here is I just see such bad habits with fasting and eating. It's just yo-yo. All right, long fasts have a place. Everything has a place. But the diet that is going to be the most sustainable is going to have the most food volume per calorie, which is a low-fat diet. Low-fat diet. Dale Lloyd donated me $5, says, keto helps my rosacea, but I feel really tired. High carbs triggers my rosacea, but I feel good. What should I do? So that's where even if you're having issues like that, for example, if I had, the only time I do a longer fast right now is if I for some crazy reason got sick. Or if there is maybe you're eating maybe you eat a kiwi or something that reacts in your mouth or some fruit or something that reacts. Then you could bust a fast out or something. Maybe you get a chapped lip. Who knows? Something like that. But a meal a day will work good. Okay, choose your foods. Choose your foods better. Lean meat. Okay, remember, cut the fat out. The fat being in there with the carbs is causing you the inflammation. Just cut out the fat. Cut out the fat. Okay, you know how many times I've had athlete's foot show up because I was eating a meal a day at a pretty lean body weight. And it's because there's a pile of fat in the diet still. As soon as I cut the fat, there's no issues, none. Like, look at my face. Okay, look at my face, it's clear. Okay, there's a pile of carbs in my diet right now. Vegetables, lean meat, lean, and carbs. Okay, you in that order. If you're eating a 1 meal a day diet, it's so simple. Okay, that video I made yesterday, that video got quite a few hits. Okay, that video's actually made me some money. Okay, I was thinking maybe I should just make those eating videos every day. Okay, that's why I actually wanted to see see what people were saying, because I'm like, what the hell, this video, people actually, that's the crazy part. People are paying to watch me eat. That's crazy. Okay, I don't watch people eat on the internet. Okay, it's crazy. Those videos would make me, that would make me a pile of money. if I just did what I eat in a day every night. It's nuts. It's nuts. So hopefully that helps. You got to just choose your foods. You got a million different food choices. So choose your foods. Like I said, a meal a day will usually solve any inflammation problems if you're having issues. If you're overeating versus undereating, meaning you're in a surplus versus a deficit, it's going to change things even if the food's exactly the same. Okay, like the low-fat diet is a joke to do. Okay, how much weight have I lost? Okay, since I started this exact routine, I've lost 14 pounds. I've lost 14 pounds. Okay, I was just a crack over 200. Now my low was 186. Okay, I'm probably going to back up that 186 today. I was losing weight too quick, too fast on this. Okay, I was losing weight too fast. Okay, I'm 5'7" on the money, and I weigh 186 pounds. Okay, I was dropping it too quick. I got like 15 pounds to cut. I want to slow it down. Slow it down. Okay, on your dieting part of when you're not fasting, on the dieting part, you shouldn't be losing weight crazy fast because that means your diet's not sustainable. Fasting, it's expected. You're not eating. But on the dieting part of your whole process, if you're losing weight crazy fast on the dieting part, unless you're like 400, 500 pounds, obviously my diet's going to knock weight really fast off a guy that's plus 500 pounds. Exactly, if he ate exactly what I'm eating right now, same calories and everything. But if you're losing weight crazy fast on your dieting portion of your process, not counting any long fasts, you're under eating. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. You need to learn how to diet. You need to learn how to lose weight slow. It has to be part of it. It doesn't mean you have to lose the weight slow over the whole time frame, but you need to learn how to lose weight slow for a block of eating. Example, maybe you diet for 3 weeks and you lose 2 pounds a week. Most people are like, that's slow. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? 2 pounds a week isn't slow? That's fast. In any normal weight loss community where it's just normal people eating normal, 2 pounds a week is fast. So you're losing 2 pounds a week for, let's say, 3 weeks. So 6 pounds, let's say. And then you bust out a 5-day fast on snake juice. And yeah, you're going to get a big drop. Okay, so overall, you lost weight really fast. Just because you're not losing weight fast on the dieting portion doesn't mean that you can't lose weight fast. And it is fast. Okay, I want to see people succeed. I want to see people actually get the weight off. Okay, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how many people are so caught up in the gimmicks to try to drop weight so quick that they've never taught themselves how to diet. A lot of you people would do excellent if you literally used a food catering service that just gave you your exact meals every day and you ate that and you're done. And then on top of that, you throw in a long fast once in a while. Because you're not counting anything because you're lazy. You're not counting anything. Okay, you're not tracking the fat grams. Which you don't even need to if you're just eating vegetables, lean meat, and carbs. Low-fat diet. If you don't know how to diet, you're never going to keep weight off. Like, people got to get this through their head. All the same shit. And then you know you're pushing things way too hard when you're like day 1, day 2, day 3. Just eat a normal damn diet, which is a low-fat diet. And then if you want to throw in a long fast, go ahead. Okay, I won't be fasting at all. I'm not going to be fasting at all on this cut. At all. Okay, at all. There's no fucking way I'm going to let people take it away from the fucking value of that diet, that low-fat diet. Because they'll be like, oh, this guy fasted the weight off. That's what they're doing on a carnivore diet right now. Because it doesn't work. There's no way There's no way that I'm going to do any long fasts to disrupt my regular cut on this diet. Okay, I'm going to basically cut the weight on a low-fat diet with no fasting. There's like nobody that follows my channel and a million other channels want to like see that can be done. You know it can be done. You're just lazy. You're lazy. That's how everybody loses weight. That's how everybody loses weight. Like on the grand scheme of things, you know how many people are actually doing long fasts? None. You know how many people are doing a zero-carb diet? None. You know how many people are just losing weight on a low-fat diet? Pretty much everybody. Pretty much everybody except the people you follow. Because you guys are always looking for gizmos and magic tricks. Anybody that's counting calories gravitates to a low-fat diet. Anybody that's counting calories will gravitate to a low-fat diet because the foods that have the least amount of fat in them are going to have the most volume. And naturally, it's like you're going to be looking at it. You're going to be like, oh, that's high in fat. Way more calories. And you're not going to eat that. Calorie counters, by nature, will gravitate to a low-fat diet. Jason Sutton donated me $5, says 6'4", 334 pounds. To 324 cents is 6 with cheating on the diet. Thank you for the weight loss. Saved money and on food. See, that's another thing. Awesome job so far. Thanks for the donations. That's another thing. Like, people just don't understand how cheap this diet is. How cheap it is. What are you, rich? What are you, rich? Even me eating like lean meat, like that lean steak is dirt cheap. Canned goods, cheaper than ribeye. Okay, look at how cheap the diet is. It's dirt cheap. The only people that would have been eating a bunch of high-fat foods are the fat pigs back in the day that had all the money. And then when they got sick, they jumped back on the poor man's diet to lose the weight and get their health back. Okay, I have a question from Gal Veroon. Donated me $5, says, how the hell do you manage to power through talking to lazy people for years and still have the motivation to try and help? What's your secret? Honestly, I like seeing the before and afters. Okay, it's always cool to see a human body shrink and stay shrunk. Okay, and then there's going to be the health issues that get resolved with weight loss. Weight loss is the number one factor. If you're unhealthy, you're usually a fat pig, or you have no sleep because your life stresses you out. Because usually it's because you got no balls to get out of that rat race. Okay, that's how. It's simple. Okay, normally it's funny though, because normally, like, I'm losing weight at a much slower clip than I would if I was doing a long fast back in the day. So people, it's good because I got like so many people that can run their mouth and it just spools up my channel. Okay, somebody even said since I started pushing low-fat diets too, I'm getting way more exposure on YouTube, which wasn't even meant. It just ends up because it works. But normally if I got fat and then I did a big fast, I would have a before and after within, a week or two, right? So, it wouldn't even give people a chance to run their mouth. I wouldn't even get any hate. Because it's like I was fat and then bang, within 7 days the weight's gone. Within 15 days I lost 35 pounds that one time. This is a way different process. Way different. Okay, way different, because people, until you get lean, people just keep being like, oh, you're a fat fucking pig, right? Like, they'll be like, Cole's a fat ass, right? Like, until you actually get lean. But that's funny, because I was thinking about that with a lot of these overweight people, and that's why a lot of them try to do a YouTube channel and they fail, because they just can't take the heat from the people commenting. And I always tell people that are running a YouTube channel that I'm trying to help, it's like, that's money. It's money. Okay, every time you get a comment from somebody or whatever, it's money, right? You're taking their time. You're literally stealing their time. You know, I make a video, and it's actually pretty crazy if you think about it. I have some people that, like, what are they doing with their life? Some of these people that are commenting on my videos within like 5 seconds of it going up every time. What are they doing? Like, why are you even on your phone like that? Okay, I started thinking about that a couple days ago. I'm like, some of these people, it's absolutely insane. They'll comment to run their mouth. They obviously didn't watch even 1 minute of the video. I'll upload videos sometimes, and the comments up before I can even post the snake juice links. They didn't watch a thing. Like, what are they doing with their life? Okay, I know for a fact, because I've had people that were haters come to me for weight loss help in the past. And I'm like, geez, you're that guy? You're a guy that was hating on all my crap on Facebook or whatever, YouTube? And he was a fat ass pig. Of course, like, they're on their phone 24/7. Like, what are they doing with their life? What are they doing with their life? Okay, sometimes the haters are the ones that need to come to me for the most help. But it's just like them crying for help, in a sense. Because, like, how are they commenting so quick? Because they're on their phone all day. Okay, what kind of life is that? What are you doing? What are you doing wasting time watching my shit instead of living your life? I could see if somebody was, like, trying to actually get their health in check and maybe try something I'm saying. What are you doing with your time? Okay, what are you doing with your time? I've said this before. I'd rather the internet not even exist than me have a YouTube channel. How many of you are fat pigs because how much time do you just blow on YouTube? How much time do you blow? You're wasting your life. Like, I see haters comment on some of my stuff here and there when I actually look, and they must have been on there like nonstop for hours, throwing up big comments. Like, what are these people doing with their life? Okay, get your life in check. You know how much I use my cell phone other than to make these videos and post the videos? Like, none. None. I make a living off YouTube. And I don't even use my phone. I don't even use my phone. Okay, some of these people need a lot of help with their health. Because if you're on your phone that much, how healthy could you possibly be? Sitting on your ass, looking at the screen all day, destroying your eyesight. You know, message me on Facebook for help. Cole Robinson, message me on Instagram for help. Okay, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Snake Diet Wizard. All right, here we go. Chris Rocco donated me $5, says, hey, Cole, this really works. Down 9 pounds in 2 weeks, and I'm not a fat pig. Eat 50 to 70 grams of fat per day. The high carbs are the secret. 6'2", 200 pounds so far. Awesome work so far. You fat pigs, he's way high on the fat. If he's getting a result, perfect. But you fat pigs, knock that fat right down. Right down. That fat could be protein or carbs. Fat is a useless macro when you're trying to cut weight. Whatever's in the lean meat is plenty. What's the fat going to do? It's just added calories. It's just added calories. You have to be eating a pile of lean meat to have the fat where it's up there. Okay, you'd be way over. You wouldn't need that much lean meat. Okay, remember that, low-fat dieting. Okay, if you're stalling on the weight loss, cut the fat lower. Lower, lower, lower. Add more vegetables. Counterbalance the vegetables with some of the carbs. It's a low-fat diet. I don't really care about the carb intake. Vegetables, lean meat, carbs. If you get plateaued, then add more vegetables and knock out maybe a little bit of carb. As long as you already knocked the fat right out. Polaris sucks. Donated me $2.79. Thanks, Cole, they say. What I'm doing right now is just regular dieting. Okay, if you're coming to my YouTube channel for some magic trick, you ain't gonna see it. You're gonna see me losing weight slow as hell, in your opinion. Okay, you're gonna see me eating carbs. You're gonna see me eating a low-fat diet. You're gonna see me eating 1 to 3 meals a day. Nothing special. Sorry. Okay, nothing special to see here. Normal dieting, what you need to learn how to do. Okay, if you want to throw a long snake juice fast in to hammer some weight off and you got confidence in your diet, go ahead. At the very start, it's good to do that long fast because it'll give you obviously it gives you motivation. Then jump on the diet. Low-fat diet's the one that you're going to stick to for a long term. Everything else you're going to fail. Everything else you will fail. Low-fat dieting works long term. That's what we've been doing forever. Forever. Anything like literally, even if you go back, like I said, pre-1900, low-fat dieting. All this new literature is bullshit. Okay, people back then, the reason they were doing a diet like that because they wanted to basically perform better than everybody else, win wars. It wasn't about making money with some zealot dogmatic bullshit at the cost of the optimal diet for human beings. Okay, if anybody wanted to perform the best and win wars, they're eating a low-fat diet. Low-fat diet with a pile of carbs. Lean meat, carbs. Low-fat diet. Okay, if you're lean and you're eating more fat, fine. Fine, you're lean. Do whatever you want. Okay, if the weight starts going up, cut the fat down. Cut the fat down. Like simple. Like if you're lean, fine. Okay? You don't have nothing to, you don't know you're already lean. Like it's working, whatever you're doing, it's working, fine. If you start gaining weight, maybe you're getting older. If you start gaining weight, cut the fat out. Okay, the fat's what's going to screw your metabolism up. The fat's going to block your body from taking up sugar, which is the main source of fuel. Sugar, not fat. Okay? It's not fat, it's sugar. Okay, anything that makes your body force ketosis without a raw fast, like snake juice fasting or dry fasting, anything that's forcing ketosis through diet, that's not natural. It's a short-term therapy. And I get it. That's exactly the diet that I pushed a lot. But it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, even for me. Like, I'd hold on to it for a while. And then I'd usually go back to eating carbs on a meal a day. Go back to watching the calorie count. Now, cut the fat right out. Because then you don't even have to worry about that. Soon as the fat's out of the diet and you're only focused on lean meat, especially if you want to get really aggressive, like you just go lean meat and vegetables. Like low fat's what counts. I don't care about the carbs. If you're going lean meat and peas and carrots, you're going to get ripped. That's how the super fatties, if you don't want to do any activity and you're that fat, vegetables, lean meat, a bit of carb. Okay, you want to lose weight even faster? More vegetables, the lean meat. The carbs might not even be there. It's fine. It's fine. You're a fat pig. As long as you can use the can and you're not plugged up. If you're full, you're full. Pickles are golden. Pickles, lean meat. Okay, low calorie, high volume vegetables and fruits. Maybe the lower calorie fruits, grapefruits. You can't screw this diet up. You'll never gain weight back when you come off your long fasts. You'll pop up a bit when you start eating, like that's normal when you start eating any diet off a long fast. Then you'll hold and start dropping more. There won't be any of this bullshit yo-yo fasting. I see this everywhere. Okay, everywhere. Just the worst eating habits. The worst eating habits. Fast for 5 days, 4 days, eat like a pig. Which is something I even said to do back in the day. Okay, it's stupid. You need a proper eating habit. During every single day, like I said, if you can't keep weight off, if you can't lose weight at a slow pace, or at minimum keep it off on your day-to-day diet, you will fail. You will fail. There's no way you're going to get to a good body weight, like a lean body weight, if you still don't have control of keeping that food in check on the day. Not to mention a lot of these people that are yo-yo fasting eat so much on that day. They're not showing you pictures of after they eat what they look like, all bloated to the gills. I know this. Think I haven't done it? I even had a picture back in the day where I ate like a crazy amount and did a 72-hour dry fast, and I went from like having this massive bloated gut to ripped. I was like 164 pounds. Okay, maybe I'll even throw that picture up in this thumbnail if I can find it. Okay, I ate like a horse and then did a 72-hour dry fast, and I dumped like some crazy amount of weight. Like that won't happen when you're just eating a normal diet and you're going to look good every day. Imagine doing it like that, so now you're all bloated up for a whole 24 hours, and then you have 2 days where you have no energy, if you're doing like 72-hour fast and just eating like a pig. If you can even do that. Like, there's people that will lose. There's people that have some serious willpower. Okay, who knows what their driver is. And they might lose almost all the weight doing that for a while. But once they get lean, or they'll never get lean. But once they get to a weight where they're trying to fight that last 10 pounds off, they can't do it. They can't get rid of the last 10, 15 pounds of fat because their routine is way too radical. You need to learn a diet. The best diet's going to be chasing a low-fat diet because the human body needs next to no fat as it is. You chase the fat out of your diet. Fat-free carbs. Lean meat, not ribeye. Okay, vegetables. Fat-free. Don't add fat to anything. The lean meat's enough. Okay, you want to get aggressive with it? Pump the vegetables up even more. Okay, and then you'll be so full that the carbs naturally will just come down. And you'll never have a blowout on the calories. When you knock the fat out of the diet, you will never have a blowout on those calories. Okay? Obviously, liquid sugar sources, scrap them, fatty. That's for people that are already at a good body weight. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the sugar, but it's still a higher dense calorie source than just something that's got a bunch of fiber and water in it. Okay. Galvaroon donated me $2 again. Should I make a day in the life of Cole Robinson vid? Should make a day in the life of Cole Robinson vid. Here's the problem. I would make a lot more videos, but I can't film in the gym I go to. All right? That's one of the biggest problems. I can't film in the swimming pool I go to. I would be taking video of me swimming. I can't film anywhere. Okay, the gym I can't film. I ain't screwing around in that game. I'm not gonna be filming in the gym. Okay, if I'm gonna get any shots of doing some training, it'd be out in the park. Once I start going out in the park more. But I've been training early in the morning, like I've just been going to the gym doing all body weight stuff. Polaris Sucks donated me $7. Says, do you think there's any harm in doing an only fat day or only fat week and jumping back on carbs fat free? I'd like eating 20-80 oddly enough to taste. You know what? If you were going to do anything like that, you'd be better off doing a carb only week. Okay, the fat's not going to rev your metabolism up. Okay, the fat's not going to give you any satiation. I've done that. Okay, I did 48 hours on straight fat one time. It was the stupidest thing I ever did. There was no volume. There's no volume. It doesn't help your metabolism or anything. Okay, you might as well just fast. It was more painful than fasting. Hands down. Because you're like eating some food, you felt like you're still fasting. You might as well just fast. Might as well just snake juice fast. What's the point? Or do straight carbs. You know that's sustainable. There's only like a pile of people that do a zero fat diet out there, these high carb vegans. If you're going to do something and you're going to knock the protein out anyway, why would you just go high carb? Why would you just go straight carbs for the week? Rev the metabolism up or for a few days. Okay, I was going to make a video on this exact question actually. I might still do that today. Okay, it's going to be called carb fasting. Carb fasting. Okay, where you just go straight carb for like 3-4 days. Straight carbs. No fat. Zero fat. Okay, this would be a good tactic for some of these super fat pigs that need to rev their body up from all the high fat dieting they've been doing. Straight carbs, zero fat. So obviously there'd be no meat there. Short term. So what's the difference? Okay, 7-day fast on snake juice. Obviously, you'll lose the most weight. 7 days straight fruit. Rev it up. Okay, carb fast. Bust out a carb fast. That'd be way better than doing a stupid fat fast. It's none of it's fasting. It's not fasting. But at least the carbs, you can go on that. There's volume. There's volume. Why would you just knock back straight oil? It's dumb. Just do a fast if you're going to do that. Okay, use the oil on your body to burn. Like, why would you just knock back straight oil? You're going to get something from the carbs. You're going to have 20,000 times more energy if you ate the carbs. Two tablespoons of oil is like a can of that mango that I ate. Okay, a whole can with the sugar. Like, what's going to give you more energy? 2 scoops, 2 tables, and what's tastier? That's actually a very good point I wanted to bring up that I haven't spoke about, is that just goes to show how much the human body wants the carbs. Fat by itself is gross. Fat by itself is gross. Okay, what's more appeasing? 240 calories worth of oil, which wouldn't even occur in nature in the first place, or 240 calories worth of mango. Like, get real. Okay, I thought about that a few days ago. I'm like, pure fat? Why do you think I brought up in that video I did last night, eating that lean meat raw? Okay, I like that diet. I like my diet. My diet for me is awesome. That's an awesome diet for me. Okay? I love eating like that. That lean steak that I eat, it's like sushi. As soon as you get it marbled and fatty as hell, like ribeye or something, the calories are through the roof. And it's like, it's shitty to eat it raw. That just tells you something right there. Who the hell in their right mind's gonna eat straight fat? Okay, I'm the craziest of them all. I drank a whole glass of bacon grease on a video when I did that bacon dry fasting experiment back in like 2017 or 18. Okay, the bacon grease is gross because there's not even any salt in it. The salt drops out of the oil. I thought it was going to taste like bacon. It's oil with no salty flavor at all. Okay, that just goes to show how much the human body doesn't need to be taking in a bunch of fat. Straight oil tastes like shit. Like shit. Okay, compared to going and having mangoes? Are you crazy? Does lean meat taste good? Yeah. When you crave that meat, you want it. You want it. But the fat? No. It's bullshit. See, just listening to your body and being intuitive, you can tell that. Okay? Have you ever knocked back like a shot of olive oil? Okay, it's nasty. Okay, I can do that kind of shit because it doesn't bother me. But it's gross. Okay, straight coconut oil is gross. Like, give me a break. Okay, who the hell would do that? Nobody. And it doesn't even happen. There's no oils like that in nature. It's all processed to get in that state. Talking about processed foods, all these oils you're hammering back on your zero carb diet are all processed. A hell of a lot more processed than canned fruit. All right. Okay, people bring that up. Oh, you're eating canned fruit. Who gives a shit? Give me a break. It's fruit. Who cares? It's fruit. It occurs in nature. Those oils don't exist. Those oils don't exist unless you squash them out of a bunch of olives. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Okay, that's how much fat the body needs. You can tell right there. You can tell right there. If you're eating a zero carb diet, let's say you're eating a zero carb carnivore diet, and you somehow can extract all the fat out of the meat. So you had to eat the fat first. You'd puke. Because your body doesn't need all the fat. It needs that much. It needs what's in the lean meat source. That's what it needs. There is no fatty meat in the wild. Not fat. Like, what, are you going to go hunt a whale? It's bullshit. Low-fat dieting's where it's at. Okay, low-fat dieting. Vegetables, lean meat, fat-free carbs. Okay, your body, it's just ludicrous. People are in such denial. Such denial. Okay, all these low-carbers, they're stalled out. Their metabolism's shot. They're fasting because their diet sucks and they can't get the weight off, like I've been talking about this whole hour. Because their diet, they can't get the weight off without throwing in the fasting. And I'll just be sitting over here showing people how to lose weight with zero fasting. All right, I'll just be sitting over here and I'll keep chipping down. 200 pounds, now I'm 186. Okay, how long is it going to take me to get down to 178? Okay, me at 177, 178, I'm like 12% body fat. With no effort. A regular Joe doing a regular diet. It's crazy. It's crazy. How many fat asses, if they just started doing this and stopped worrying about trying to lose 100 pounds in one day, would actually get the weight off? All of them. It's crazy food volume. It's crazy food volume. And it's tasty. You're eating fruit. You're eating starch. So hopefully I answered that question. So don't worry about eating pure fat. It's retarded. Okay, if you're going to do something like that, eat pure carbs for a week. Okay, get lit up. Get lit. Okay, crank that metabolism up. Carb the fuck up. Load up. And you'll notice you'll start craving that lean meat eventually, and then you have your lean meat and get back in your normal diet. Polaris Sucks donated me $3, says, how long to fix a metabolism messed up by fat? It won't take long. It's fine. Okay, don't be all paranoid about that. You're fine. Okay, just cut the fat out of the diet and carry on with your life. Okay, you understand too, when you cut the fat out of the diet, you're doing a low-fat diet, you're doing that diet forever. Like, you're just going to be, it's so easy. It's not like you don't have to rush things. Just relax. Relax. Just cut the fat out of the diet. That's fine. Just cut the fat out of the diet. Okay, even like me cutting weight at this pace right now, knowing that I could just bust out, I shouldn't say just, it's difficult, all right, to do like a 3-4 day fast, especially when you get leaner. But the discipline to not do the long fast, the discipline for me right now to not do the long fast is actually what counts. Okay, that takes discipline to be like, cool, You're cutting this weight no matter what with no fasting. Okay, no long fast. I'm not doing any long fast on this cut. Okay, that's the discipline for me since I know how to fast. I've done a lot of long fasts. To do this nice slow cut, what are the benefits of it? Full muscle bellies, energy every day, perfect sleep every night. Okay, not getting my body into this yo-yo routine. Everything's normal. The days look the same. Okay, that's the benefit of it. For you super fat pigs, it should look the same as what I'm doing, except then throw in a long fast if you want to really hammer some weight off. You need to have your diet in your back pocket, though. You need to have the diet there. The diet, once assuming you actually get lean sooner or later, you won't be doing any long fasts anymore. None. Okay, why would you unless you got sick? Okay, so now at that point you have to be able to diet. You have to. Or you'll never achieve your best version of yourself as far as body weight goes. Okay, don't worry about how long it'll take to fix a screwed up metabolism. Just cut the fat out. The fat's what's causing your metabolism to get slow. The fat is making your metabolism slow. Especially in the presence of the carbs. Okay, just cut the fat. Okay, I'm glad I brought that up. Like, pure fat to eat is gross, man. Like, give me a break. That, like, destroys every argument right there. There's not one human being that's like, yeah, I just want to have a whole 250 milliliters of pure fat tonight for dinner. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. The only way you can shuttle that fat in is with the meat. And even then, you have to put a pile of salt on it still. Okay, I added salt to the lean meat I'm eating. I don't need to throw salt on that to enjoy it when I'm craving that bit of lean meat. I put that on for the electrolytes, and it's not even a pile of salt. It's just a bit. Like I said, low-fat diet, especially if the carbs are up. If you're somebody that's getting closer to maintenance and the carbs are up, you don't need a pile of salt. Okay, you're going to need the salt on the long snake juice fast. Or if you're losing weight like crazy, nomad on this. Or if your carbs are lower, where you're eating just a bunch of vegetables, getting in the lean meat, and you have not as much carbs because you're just full. I told you, if you're full and you haven't ate a bunch of carbs after you eat the vegetables and lean meat, then be done with it. Wait till the next day, see what happens. That'd be on a 1 meal a day diet. Same routine works good if you're eating multiple meals a day. Vegetables, lean meat, carbs. There's a question from Top Rankin, donated me $5, says, any plans to increase your fat intake once you reach your goals? No. The only thing that'll go up would be the food volume. Okay, I'll never be chasing fat. What I would do is, when I get to where I want to be, I might throw in like a can of sardines. Couple cans of sardines maybe, and water, like the leanest ones. Okay, I'll never be upping the fat, ever again. Ever. Ever. There's not one good reason to throw fat in that diet. Bowel movements are perfect. Everything's perfect. Right now, everything's perfect. And when I get leaner, the food might just come up. But like I said, I don't even think it will. Because my food right now, I'm at a deficit. I think as I get down to my goal weight, it's almost going to look the same. The meal's not even going to change in size. Because as you lose weight, BMR comes down a bit because you're a little bit smaller. The meal almost look identical. But I'll probably add in maybe a can of sardines. And that's it. Like maybe I'll have a can of salmon, which is still very lean. Okay, and stuff that's in water. It won't change. It'll look the same. I don't need more fat. I don't need more fat. My diet has enough fat in it now. For if I was like down at 10% body fat. For me, 10% body fat is about 172 pounds-ish. 173. Because I've had DEXA scans done before. I had one done at 177. I pulled 11.6% body fat. I'm under 10% body fat if I'm slipping under 170 for sure. If I'm I don't even know if I want to get down that low. We'll see what I'm doing in the gym. We'll see how I feel in the park and calisthenics wise, swimming. We'll see, because there's going to be a kind of a threshold where if I get too lean, I'll lose some performance in the pool, right? Like there's a sweet spot. Even when I boxed the heaviest, I had a fight one time at 100 and it was 178 was the weight class, and I weighed in lighter than that because that was, at the time, that was pretty heavy for me for the amount of muscle I had. I have more muscle now than I did when at that time. But, that was about my weight. When I graduated high school, I was like 170, right on the money. Obviously, quite a bit less muscle than I have now. I've had DEXA scans where I was 163 or 164 on a scan. Once I pulled 7.1% body fat. I pulled 8.2% body fat at like 167 pounds. Yeah, I know my body like the back of my hand, right? I've been doing this shit forever. That's why I know. And that's why I know every pound you lose, that's when you start getting leaner, every pound counts for so much more as far as looks, as far as how you look in the mirror. Like, I look substantially different. Like, even right now, I still got fluff on me. But now my weight only has to drop about 10 more pounds for me it'll be like night and day. Night and day. Okay, like 180, 186, 185 compared to 175 is night and day. Like, I got cut up abs at 175 pounds. Gal Varoon, donate me $2, says, did you see the supersized me guy died? Yeah, I did see that. It's too bad. Yeah, I've watched that documentary a few times. That's actually what gave me a little bit of inspiration to do that one meal a day at McDonald's back in the day, but I didn't gain weight like him. I maintained weight on it, right? See, even that was a good example too, even that one meal a day at McDonald's. So I finished that. I was about 168, I was about 170, let's say. 170, 171 throughout that whole month. I just stayed the same, and I controlled the calories with the peanut butter. I had 3 double quarter pounders every day with some salad and these peanut butters. And even at the end of that month, I remember I was eating that at about 11 a.m. And the next morning, I was getting really hungry by the end of the month. It's like my body I pulled excellent numbers because I was still obviously there's a motivational factor. When somebody's got a YouTube channel or they have this goal, that short-term goal where you're running on willpower, you'll get through anything if you got your mindset on it. But by the end of that, I was like starving to death when I had to go to McDonald's that morning to eat. So obviously my body, it wasn't taking those carbs up like the same way as if I was eating a low-fat diet. So that McDonald's diet, that was like 3,000 calories. If I would have been eating a clean diet without all the fat there and like way more fruit and vegetables, same amount of meat, but like lean or actually more protein, you see how the adherence is insane better. The volume would be way higher than eating like 3 double quarter pounders. For me, it was like, that's not even much volume compared to that meal I ate last night, which was literally 1,000 calories less than when I was eating that McDonald's diet. And that meal last night, I'm done after eating. That McDonald's diet, I could have still ate more, easy. Low-fat dieting's where it's at. You can't argue the volume. 9 calories a gram for fat. You cut the fat out, you eat way more carbs and lean meat. It's easy. Easy. Then you throw in some long fasts in there. You're super fat pig. You'll get there. It's just inevitable. I just want to respond again to this one. So I don't know if I caught the end. So it said, do you think there's any harm in doing an only fat day or only fat week and jumping back on the carbs fat-free? I like eating 20/80, oddly enough, for taste. This person might have meant that they might have been asking me, could they stay on the 20/80 diet rather than pure fat? And like I said, if you're lean, let's call that like a cheat day. If you're lean, okay, you can do whatever you want. Just understand that you're not helping your glucose tolerance when you're eating that high-fat diet. All right? You're not gonna have the energy as you're gonna have on that low-fat diet. You're not gonna have the full muscles as you would on that low-fat diet. Okay, you're not gonna, like, that's the main things. Okay, like that 20/80 ratio, like I said, that's therapeutical dieting. Okay, I was pushing it like it was a long-term solution, but it's not. Okay, that's where I made the mistake. And it didn't matter anyway. I could push anything, right? Like, how many people were really doing it long-term? Nobody. Like, it didn't make a damn bit of difference. Like, I could say, oh yeah, just do a 20/80 weight loss diet for a year. Who's going to actually do it? Nobody. Doesn't matter that I said to do it long-term. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Nobody's going to hold on to it. How did I figure that out? Because I talked to a lot of people each day. Okay, I get the feedback. Okay, it's funny how everyone gets on my balls about, oh, you're changing your tune. Where you got all this literature that comes out weekly from all these jackass doctors that are showing different things every week. Like no one says nothing about that. No one says nothing about that. People will even use that as examples to like try to prove wrong something I said. And it's new literature that was like they said something last year and now they have literature that says something different. And they're using this new literature that's completely different to what last year's literature said to say that I'm changing my tune. Idiots. Monocles donated me $5, says, just had the best swim of my life since I was a kid, 5 days into this diet. Well, fasted. What a cheat code. It is. That's the other thing. If you're fasted training, this is like you can't compete with the carb load the day before. You can't. One thing I always had issues with if I was doing a 1 meal a day diet on a keto diet, 0 carb keto, doing it properly, that would be a proper therapeutic ketogenic diet. Okay, not just a pile of meat and fat. The fasted training was trash. Okay, it was trash. I had to, like, that routine didn't work good at all if you're trying to train hard. Thanks for the donations. I'm going to wrap this up. And until next time, if you're a fat ass, okay, throw in a long fast at the start. Okay, 72-hour snake juice fast. Then settle into that low-fat diet. Okay, the sustainability is insane. And cut the fat on your diet, fatty.